And we reconnected successfully.
There we go.
So, oh, hey, look. It's Jackie Chan's birthday today. He's 69. I don't know why that pulled up on my Facebook feed,
Good
but
for
that's
Jackie Chan.
right. He's a hell of an actor. I enjoy him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Grew up watching Rush Hour, man.
Oh yeah, Rush Hour. Oh, what was that one movie or one TV where it was
There's
him, uncle, and then a little kid?
the Jackie Chan's
Jackie
Jackie Chan
Chan's
Adventures.
Adventures. Yes,
Yeah, that was sweet.
that would be terrifying if Jackie Chan got in a full kit.
It's like did you ever see the Eddie Hall promo for Night Fight?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. No way. If I saw Eddie Hall across, I'm just taking a knee. Sorry.
Right, but must do research. He has one some. Who's done shady stuff in the past 10 years? I'm kind of wondering now. Jackie.
Oh,
Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Um. Yeah. So we talked about this one a little bit. Who's the other guy that's in that picture? Do you recall?
that is one of the fighters from the War Horses. I can't remember exactly who in this picture.
The war horses.
Yes, but he at the end of that, I was on the ground.
Oh
I
no.
remember him being incredibly strong.
Okay.
um,
They have interesting gear. That definitely does
yeah,
look interesting. Mongol kit. Mongol kits are always interesting.
I love him. I just love Eastern armor.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Odd helmet combo for that kit. Yeah, that is true. It looks like we
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
two people here. Is this practice? I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's out of practice.
Okay.
That's Jared. Jared Grog on the left, and his best friend Jake, who he also got into the sport.
Nice.
Um, and Jake's got his kit on the way now. Um, Also, we're in that old Russ. We were in the middle of renovations when that was taken on our building. So
Okay.
a lot of fun.
Squire crew.
Uh, the Squire crew, yeah. So when Buhurt Tech put their Squire kits on Black Friday sale,
Oh
it
yeah.
was right after we did like a recruiting rumble, and so there's going to be a lot of Buhurt Squire kits in Cincinnati here soon. They're
Nice.
such a good deal.
Yeah. That Russ one.
That Russ is ungodly heavy.
How heavy is it?
110 if you include the skirt and the helmet.
Oh damn.
Yeah, all of the plates on it are 1.5 mil or 1 to 1.5 mil.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's beefy. You can take shots in it all day.
Well, that's good to know. That is good
Yeah,
to know now.
it's
Oh.
uh, Maxim made it, and it has seen some days. Yeah, it does take back shots. Um, that's probably a innuendo. Knowing these guys, but it's a solid. It's interesting. I've never seen a Rust kit made that way or a Slavic kit made that way. The back plate is entirely solid and is engraved to look like it's scale.
Okay.
So
I'm
you have full spine protection.
huh. So I will definitely be taught once we go through all these pictures and other things. I have questions and other things because I will be out in that area ish, kind of starting the 18th and 19th. So might have to swing by and say hi to you guys.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime. Anytime. Come on in.
So it looks my last picture that I have. Oh wow! Please, ooh, that is a low
See what I'm
ceiling.
talking about with the ceiling?
Yes, yup. Yes, I do. I'm like, oh, that is okay. Are you guys
Yeah.
able to pop those? Those aren't able to be popped out, are they?
No, we actually brought a contractor out to see about raising our ceiling up. So
Uh,
it's on a downslope, and it was going to be like 30 grand.
ooh,
And it was just like, for a building we don't want to stay in permanently, not necessarily the best use of funds.
yeah,
It works for now, and we got a roof over our heads, right? We have a dedicated training facility.
yeah.
Um, we might hit the top a little bit, but we've also got a park right behind us, and we've got a big lot. So if we ever want to really work pole arms, and the weather's nice, we can go out there and do that.
Siege for the ceiling. Okay. Yeah, that looks like all the pictures I have for you guys. Um, so my lovely day today, I will share with you guys here real quick at one of our practices. So I have a nice bruise on the underside of my leg. Nope, go back. Yeah, got a nice little bruise from our practice today with one of the senseis at the dojo that we train at on Saturdays. I grapple. He normally doesn't do our grappling practices with us, but he's like, I want to get some hands-on training with this. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go against you if you want. He's like, all right. He weighs 170 and I weigh 330. To kind of put in reference weight-wise. And we had gone 2 rounds, and I was tossing him like a rag doll. And he's like, I have to find a different way to fight you, don't I? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, and he was, walking around because he's got to be there for the dojo while we're in there. And I was telling him, like, you do realize you can kick while we're doing this? He's like, really? I'm like, as long as you talk to the person about it and they're okay with kicking, then yeah, absolutely. He's like, okay. So him and I go later on, once practice is getting closer to end, we grapple again. And he starts kicking me. I'm like, okay, one kick. No, he kicks me 4 or 5 times in a row. I'm like, okay, it's going to be like this. And like he kicked me on the outside of my leg, outside of the leg, and then he starts kicking me on the inside. And I'm like, ooh, that one kind of hurt. So I was able to grapple with him and then throw him again. He's like, those kicks kind of pissed you off, didn't they? I'm like, little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fighting a little more, some of the other guys were grappling and sparring. I go to like squat down. I'm like, ooh, my leg's a little sore. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, okay, just red mark, red mark. And I looked at it. I'm like, motherfucker kicked me and bruised me. God damn it. So I yelled his name. And he comes running around the corner. He's like, what? And I'm like, you bruised me. And I showed him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all good. I was just not expecting to bruise that quickly. So I think it was within 20 minutes of us done sparring, I was bruised. And I'm like, ouch.
Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah.
That your neck, man. You were talking about it
Oh.
before we jumped on stream.
Yeah. So this grappling with a different guy. Yeah. So grappled with him first time. You know how like when you grapple with your hands and you go up against somebody's face and accidentally like hit him in the mouth or whatever. All right, cool. Brushed it off, didn't say anything about it. He goes to fight somebody else. I'm not even going to go into that one because we were all like, what did you just do? Because we were surprised the other dude just didn't deck him. And then him and I went back into another round, and he had gotten his hand to the back of my head for head control and scratched me. And I'm like, it's fine. And they're like, you're bleeding. I'm like, how bad? You got a nice long scratch, and I think it continues to like the back of my neck as well. But
man,
yeah, I'm like, lovely. And he's there, standing there, and like, dude, I am so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. You just have to polearm fight me one-on-one now. And like I had this is I had told him beginning of practice because he had made a comment. I'm like, yeah, just so you know, you're polearm fighting me one-on-one now. He's like, it's for that comment the other day. Well, it wasn't, and I'm like, yes. He just let out a big sigh and was like, okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. And like he's been in, as far as I know, he's been in armor one time. And that was last year at Four Brothers Mead. And he's recovering from a knee injury, so we'll see how it goes.
There you go.
But
man, that you should put that as like a PSA to trim your nails before going to a grappling practice, man.
And like his nails weren't even that long, which was the funny part. And he's like, yeah, dude, my arm hurts. I'm like, yeah, because when I go to grapple, I put my pressure on my fingers and put it on your bicep to kind of like get into that muscle to move things around, so it wears you out and moves your bicep where I want it to go. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, and you put pressure on something, it'll bruise. So he's like, fair enough. But yeah, those are well, I guess technically I got another injury at practice today because I had got punched in the eye by another fighter.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. And it was one of our female fighters too. We were grappling and she went to go for head control, but she just straight punched me like right under the eye. And I'm like, okay. I ignored it and kind of kept going, but she stopped and was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're fine. Let's keep going. She's like, no, and like she just was like, I need a break. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But like I'm used to getting like punched in the face or whacked in the mouth or something along those lines during a practice, so I'm just like, eh. So
I get it. I'm awful when it comes to like putting on soft gear. When
yeah,
when doing like walkthrough training and stuff like that, I actually took um, a soft sword across the mouth today, just on a full flick, and I was like, yeah, that that's a thing. That reminds me, I should wear that helmet whenever we're doing that for sure. But
yeah.
especially grappling when you're hand to hand like that. Um, I don't know. People's blood gets up even in practice grappling.
Oh yeah, and like a lot of our new people, they'll go like 50, 60%, and I'm there like, are we going to do anything, or are we just gonna stand here? Like, what's the game plan? And like they're trying to go full force, and I'm like maybe 10%, and I'm like,
Yeah,
but this is grappling practice. Don't need to go that hard. I'm just gonna walk you until you fall. Because this guy likes to lean forward when he does grappling,
mm,
and then he overstrides, and then he just takes himself down.
yeah, yeah. Like just like you said, trying to win sparring, trying to win practice.
Yeah,
Nobody wins out of that.
yeah.
Phew.
And like we've got a
Uh,
couple of guys, and then once we tell them and they realize what they're doing, they'll calm down and settle. But there's others that just keep going, and it's like you're gonna hurt yourself, or we're gonna hurt you. It's gonna be one of those two things. I hate to say it, but stuff like that's eventually going to happen.
yeah, meet force with force at some point, and it's just not good for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow's where the learning happens for sure.
Yeah, and like a lot of the time that's we do everything slow so people understand, okay, this is what you have to do to be able to understand the technique portion of it. And then, we go into the grappling and participating and stuff like that. I need to put you in a corner that will allow this. I think that'll work. Nope. Just want to move you a little. Nope. That'll work. Screw it. I'm done messing with that now. So yeah, I know somebody had mentioned about Siege, which
Yeah.
we will get to, but I want to talk about um your fight nights coming up first. So
Oh yeah.
talk about this, and I believe these are all the dates that you sent me currently. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So after August we go into Ren Fair, so we stop for the year and we pick back up in January.
Okay.
Kind of like a season, I guess, for us. But yeah, our next one is next Friday. All of these are local events. People come in, can watch, and then they're also live on Twitch at the Cincinnati Barbarians Twitch page. If you follow us on any of our social media, that we always post when we go live. Uh,
Okay.
we run duels, we run pro fights, um, small team melees, 2v2s, 3v3s, do some more night fights, that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, August 25th is gonna be pretty big. Uh, we're working on building an exceptional fight card as a end of the season kickoff with some heavy fighters involved. Um,
Okay.
right now, Pete Moe and Brandon Davenport will be doing a pro fight. That's one of our headline events. I don't want to say too much. We haven't confirmed other people yet, but
Nice.
it's gonna be a heck of an event. Um, yeah, you and Big Pete. Um, so we've got some cool stuff working on that. What's cool about these is anybody can come out to them. So if you find yourself out in Ohio, or if you want to travel out for a fight night, we have some lodging available in our gym. to where you don't even need a hotel. We practice the next day, so you can get double bang for your buck and have some fun with it. They're low stress, but still big comp. So they're good train up to do more tournament style fighting or other pro fights or just actually running pro fights.
Okay. Nice. Uh, Let me see if I do this correctly. So that should have went away, and then yeah, all right, and then you got the Red Fair, September, October, and then Cincinnati Siege, May 27th and 28th.
Man, I am so excited for Siege. What started as a well, we've always had a tournament. This will be our third tournament that we've ran since we started. And it's the first one that's going to be as big as we had hoped it would be.
Okay.
So it's a full Buhurt League event. I think right now we have 14 registered teams
Nice.
or pre-registered teams. Final registration goes up on Monday, so we can get everything finalized. But tons of sponsors. We're putting up $1,000 for the winner of the men's melee, and $250 for each dual category. When it comes to singles, we've got great sponsors. We got Mad Axe, Red Snake, Historicum. They're all involved, and then we've got local band Toxic Nobility that'll be closing out the tournament on May 28th.
Okay.
With a concert. So it's going to be a great event. Great teams. We're gonna go out, throw down, and have fun with it. It will also be fully live streamed both days.
Nice. Has your guys' tickets gone up for sale yet?
They haven't. I'm waiting to get registration in on
Okay.
Monday, and then it's all built, and tickets should go live next week.
Okay. Right on. Cause I've got a couple buddies that live in like the Pittsburgh area where I've told them, about this, and they're like, "Oh, that's only like I think they said a 3-hour drive." I'm like,
That's not bad at all.
"No." I'm like, "Well, you guys should come out and come watch me fight." They're like, "Depending on what ticket prices are, I think we will." So I'm like, "Hell yeah." So I'm excited to actually see buddies who I play D&D with almost on a regular basis on Sundays to come watch me fight and do this. So
Oh yeah, man. We're looking forward to it. Our last two tournaments were definitely smaller. There's a lot going on in the like the Great Lakes region when it comes to teams. A lot of fighters, a lot of teams, and we really want to put something on that's not just good for our team, but it's good for Buhurt as a sport and the community in and of itself. So
yeah.
ticket prices we're trying to keep them incredibly affordable, so people can come out and enjoy it. For people that are fighting or supporting, another nice thing is there's an on-site grill and bar.
Nice.
So get done with your matches, go have a cold beer.
Yeah. I'm gonna pry a little bit here.
Yeah.
Do you know what teams that would be coming out that have pre-registered or whatever? Are you allowed to talk about that, or do you want to kind of keep that?
I'll talk about it. That's not a problem. The ones that I have handy on my phone, we've got Omaha,
Okay.
with the Hellhounds. We've got the Misfits, the World Eaters out of Nashville.
Who?
The World Eaters, Nashville.
World Eaters?
Yes.
Okay.
Kenyas.
Oh, I I had heard that they would be there.
Oh yeah. Marion Mayhem, another Ohio team. The Louisville Royals,
Okay.
the big boys, the Machos.
Okay.
Uh, New Order.
Yep.
And that's just what I have on in my OneNote right now. It still needs updated off of my registration sheet, but
Okay.
some pretty decent teams, pretty big teams.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm kind of excited because I think I've only fought against the Hellhounds, really. And like a lot of the other teams have been around, but they've changed names and things like that. So I just that the Muchos will be definitely interesting because I want to say Zach Golden fights with them,
yes, he does. He will definitely be out there.
and Zach Golden's a big dude.
He's a big dude. At the last NBC event in December,
Yeah.
I lined up against him on rail, and I misplaced a falchion shot. So the first shot that I threw against him was a straight gap to his inner shoulder.
Ooh.
I watched this man crack his neck in kit, and then he just pummeled me into the corner.
Yeah. And
Guess I'll die.
yeah, and I want to say I think when I was there at that event, and he had said he's like 450 out of armor.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
Big, strong, super friendly dude. I he was down at winter camp as well, leveling up on some grappling. It was good to see him. But he's a force. I'm interested to see what he does in the list.
Yeah, I was in. I think that's the first time I've actually seen him in the list. Because when I was down fighting with Logan a few years ago with Kansas City, when Anthony was still running them, he was one of the marshals checking the weapons. He wasn't even in kit yet. And now seeing him in kit, and I'm like, I think he's gotten bigger. I'm just a wee bit scared.
He is a force of nature.
Yeah, he is. But he's such a great dude, though.
Oh, he is. Absolute. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, him and his wife.
I don't think I've met his wife yet.
I don't know. She wasn't at NBC, but I had met her back when we traveled down to Tulsa to go fight at Nationals for ACW 2 years ago. 2.5, 3 years ago in March.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's also a very nice person, and she wasn't fighting yet, and she's now fighting, so it's definitely interesting to see them both in armor now after, first meeting them and hearing that they wanted to get in and things like that. So
it is always cool seeing more people get into it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the sport in and of itself is in such a growth phase. It's awesome to see.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to schedule anything out because there's just so many events.
Yeah. And let me and of course I got to pull up Facebook again because I keep closing it. I just don't feel like want to hear the 50 dings that go off.
Oh yeah, I had to mute my messenger.
Yeah, because normally when I do the chats, and there's another message.
Yeah, our chat is heinously bad. I look away for like 2 minutes and there's like 50 messages.
Sorry.
I will say for everybody that isn't familiar with Cincinnati Siege, it might dawn a little bit more if you're following the sport and you're looking at it on Facebook. It's the Harambe event.
I thought it was it was messaged Harambe last year, and then this year I was like, is that still the Harambe event? And
Yeah,
everybody's
so
like, yeah.
we were looking at it, and it's on Memorial Day weekend, and we were all just kind of joking. We could do it as a memorial for Harambe. I went home and I whipped up the Instagram post announcing the tournament date and all of that, and it was like, swords out for Harambe, time to throw down in Harambe town, and it just blew up. Um, which, it makes sense. But God, it's gonna be fun. Uh, Waiting to hear back, but our trophies should be gorilla themed.
Oh, nice. All right, I came in to look into my messages here, and I forget why. Somebody remind me why I was coming in here. So I get pictures for something. Yeah, it's definitely too many punches to the head. And of course, I wear a mild helmet, so things affect a lot more. I bet you once, if I ever come across it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's why. But I don't remember. So will you guys have shirts and stuff like that at the event?
Yeah, we will.
Okay. What
Um,
sizes do you guys normally have on hand?
on hand, we'll have from small to 2X.
Damn.
The larger sizes, so like all of the Siege T-shirts, they're all print on demand on our website. We had a lot of people that reached out that were like, "Hey, the shirt's awesome. I'm not going to be able to make it to the event. How do I get one?" So we just threw it up on our website through our print on demand supplier. So we do have those that go up to 5X, I believe,
Okay.
on the website. It just makes it easier to stock.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to stock online than it is to have on hand because you never know how many you actually sell if you have them on hand.
Right. So it saves us a little bit, but we'll be stocking a decent amount of the small to 2Xs for the actual event.
Okay.
But for the much bigger sizes, those are all unfortunately going to be stuck to online orders.
Gotcha. I don't remember why, but I'm into like up a couple months and Mountain Dew Funyun picture. Yeah, our check is really weird and different, and Nas
I
shields,
understand.
tires, Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream pictures. I really can't. Why was I coming in here to look at a picture?
We were talking about Zach Golden. Um,
No, it was something after that. I don't remember now. Oh well.
eh,
I'll probably remember like a couple hours later and then be like, "Oh yeah, that's why." But
that's how it always goes. At least for me. Too many punches to the head, right?
yes. But bu- 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 all right, let's close Facebook one more time. But yeah, no, Greedy Wolves. At Greedy Wolves. At Greedy. Are you gonna make me open up Facebook again to go look up at Greedy Wolves?
No. That's one of the guys in chat's user. Another one of my fighters.
Gotcha. And then you guys have, your Facebook page that I don't have link for it, but well, actually, I'll just copy and paste it.
Yeah.
So, Facebook, you guys have how active are you guys on your social media?
We try to stay as active as possible. When it comes down to it, we're far more active on Facebook and Instagram than we are YouTube, Twitch, or the other ones. It comes down
TikTok.
to time. TikTok. We're pretty big on TikTok, though. We've got one pretty great video of me receiving a dance in armor.
Okay.
From
that's
somebody
a
else wearing armor.
whole. Wait, what? Is that this entire thing for TikTok? Did it?
Maybe. Let me see.
I'm gonna copy and paste.
No, that link works for TikTok straight out.
I'm like looking at this. I'm like, why did it separate it into like two different lines? Did they both work for TikTok, or they? Oh, they both work for TikTok, so.
Here, I will help you out, and I'll throw that up. See if that works. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. 1 second.
Oh no.
Here is our link tree.
You have a link tree?
We have a link tree. So that launches to all of our social medias.
Okay. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna copy that, put that in my notes, paste it, and in big capital letters be like, use this.
There you go.
God damn it. Okay. Yeah, so once I upload this onto YouTube, I will save the link tree. So if anybody wants to check you guys out, it's just one-stop shop.
Right. Link trees are sweet, man.
I was saying, because I want to say Swartz he had set one up, and I forget what for, but I was like, okay, interesting. Cincinnati Siege. Harambe. I do like the boar. Oh, I like that one too. Sorry, I'm looking at your guys' store right now because I'm like, let me see what shirt I can get before the Harambe event.
And we've got some pretty cool designs. We got even more coming.
Okay.
The boar skull, it just works.
Yeah.
I think it's just such a cool design. The stronger together ones. That's kind of that's our team motto: stronger together.
Nice.
And it just looks pretty sick on the shirt with the half skull.
Oh, it does definitely. Got kids shirts, sweaters.
Got that sweaty Gambus and candle.
I saw the candle. I didn't even look at what scent it was.
It's unscented. It's just got a sweaty Gambus label on it. Just a fun little gag thing to sell it right there.
I was like, please tell me you guys will have that on hand.
I have one sitting in my living room.
I'm like, if you guys have one at the Harambe event, I will buy it because that's fun.
I'll make sure to stock a few of them.
Yeah, because like my aunt's a big candle person, so I'll just give that to her 1 year for Christmas.
There you go.
Siege hoodie. So I'm looking at the picture of all the helmets up top. The one with the brim on it, is that one of your guys's?
No, that one's not one of ours.
Okay.
Um, they those are banned now, aren't they? Those
I,
peak visors.
I want to
They,
see like the baseball style ones.
yeah, the HMB. I think they're HMB banned.
No, not the kettle helmets. Bathwater.
Jesus.
Um, no, it looks like the baseball brim one. Because there was a guy that came out to one of our Red Fairs 3 years ago and had worn a helmet like that. And then after that, we hadn't seen, or at least I haven't seen or heard from him in a long time. I want to say his name was Lucas or something.
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah, Lucas something spelled really weird. Lives in Ohio. He's from Germany. From Berlin, Germany.
Oh yeah. Shit. He doesn't fight anymore.
Okay.
I know exactly who you're talking about. He practiced with us for a little while.
Yeah. Like he came out to like one of our events 1 year and then I hadn't seen him in forever, so I'm like I kind of wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, I think he got married, had a kid or two, and sold out. Just couldn't keep up.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
because when he came out, dude's definitely a character.
yeah, I think I met him 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Sold out to his kids. Yeah, what a sellout, man. Taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was up from Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah, Brandon, you remember him, right? Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, no, so question I had for you.
yeah.
Um I'm going to be going to Pittsburgh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I could imagine. So the 13th I'll be leaving Iowa to go to Pittsburgh. I'll be in Pittsburgh 15th and 16th. I'll probably see some of my family the 17th and 18th. So like depending on time wise, anywhere from like the 19th and 20th to maybe the 21st, if anybody would be free to allow me to potentially crash with them for a couple of days and hang out with them, that maybe 20th and 21st, because I'll also
Yes.
be going to the Four Brothers Meat event Saturday, so I can kind of help you guys carpool certain items to give you guys, you know, a little help
Yeah,
going
man.
out.
Um, I'll throw it out in our group chat and see what we can do. And we have practices on Thursdays as well. It's not just
Okay.
Saturdays. So come out, hang out, throw us around. We'll throw you around. Have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have my soft kit on me, and that's really about all of the armor I'll have because my kit's gonna be used on the 15th at the bar fights
Mm.
by one of our female fighters, who's kind of the same size, but not really as me. I think she's a little smaller than I am, but my stuff's going to be the closest that'll fit her than anybody else. So my stuff gets loaned out quite often. So I think this actually might be the last year this gear gets loaned out, just because it's starting to get so old, and if you don't know how to fight in it, you might get hurt. So
Yeah.
it's
You
it's
said
starting to
you
get
have
to
an
that
old
age.
Yeah. You said you have an old Nabler brig, right?
Yep,
I miss him selling those, man. Those things are great.
they suck.
They're heavy as sin.
Oh yeah, they're stupidly heavy.
But man. Well, they were like $400 and you would have it in like 2 or 3 days. You couldn't beat it for new
Depending,
people getting in.
yeah, depending on the size, because I think I bought like a 4X, 3 or 4X, and it was $450 to $500 for that.
Yeah,
But
man. I still kick myself. My first brig, I went and I fell into the trap I bought from Savan first. So I ended up with one of the Fortress Savan Corsinas, and it finally got retired last year. It gave up the ghost, but it was like 3 sizes too big compared to what I ordered, and
oh
an
god,
extra $200. And I was just like, I should have just gone with Nadler.
yeah, I was as long as you didn't go with the Ice Falcon brig.
Whew, yeah, that spine open on those. On those, I saw somebody wearing one the other day, and I was just like,
Yeah,
those are sketchy.
very much, very much so.
Like, Red Snake is great.
Red Snake, if you get it done properly, yes. I had a brig that I measured, and evidently I measured a little short, and I actually
Mm,
ended up selling it. So,
yeah, we've
but
got one of our brigs is a loaner brig from Red Snake, and then um, we've got one guy in a full Red Snake kit, and then two wolves just ordered a full Red Snake kit. So
nice.
yeah, Pavel, you can't beat best titanium in the business. Can't beat
Yeah,
Pavel.
I want to say we've got one guy who bought a titanium chess piece, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting rid of this," because he didn't realize that they only did titanium chess pieces.
Mm.
And he takes a lot of hits, and we hit him with an arming sword, and he's like, that sucked.
Uh,
So we're like,
we
well,
most.
and it's stupid light too.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing with it. I'd say we've got a good 50% split between titanium and steel brigs,
Yeah,
with our guys, and it's just don't get hit, right?
yeah, but a lot of the guys are bigger, and they get hit quite a bit, and they wonder why they
Yeah,
go down fast. So
yeah. Nah, the only place I've contemplated getting titanium, for my brig for my next brig. I think I've just settled on still doing a Kuros because I'm getting tired of resewing my brig up once every couple of months,
yeah,
getting cut up and all that. I just need to wear a tabard more, but
yeah. I would say wearing a tabard will definitely help, because then the tabard will just get scratched up, and it's going to be a lot easier to sew up a tabard than trying to restitch your brig.
yeah, yeah. I just need to get a nice fancy tabard made. So I still feel like I've got the cool the cool armor look going on, right?
Yeah. Um, where have you looked for? Have you looked at getting a tabard?
Yeah, I've looked at historical MS, historical medieval sewing. They're making me a gambeson right now. I thought about going through one of them.
Okay.
I've got a cheap one from I think medieval collectibles or something that I plan on dyeing and painting and seeing how it turns out. See how long it lasts. But if it doesn't, I'm just gonna go with one of the nice ones. I've heard
Gotcha.
quilted makes good stuff. Quilted armor.
Yeah,
Their tabards are pretty.
I think that's who we're going through for our team tabards. I think I
Mm.
could be wrong because all I know is we're going through who Dominus and Kenyas go through for their tabards.
Yeah, I think that's quilted.
Yeah, I think so too,
Or
but
it's either quilted or quiver stock. It might be quiver stock.
that doesn't sound familiar. I think it's quilted,
Okay.
but
Um, oh, they do excellent work.
yeah. And I know there's going to be a handful of us who are going to probably get one or two, but that's just for Buhurt events. We want to make sure we have, you know, at least one good tabard. And, if people want to use their secondary one as, hey, I'm part of this team. This is our tabard. Kind of as a talking point as they go out and fight at other people's events and stuff like that. They have a second tablet that they can do that with.
Yeah,
So
we're trying to push individual tabards and individual colors pretty heavily. Not just so our team tabards were made by Avery in Omaha.
okay,
Excellent work. I love them. But with us doing Ren fairs and expo fights and trying to do a bigger push for um,
diversity.
content
Yeah.
and content and like recognition of individual fighters.
Yep.
Doing some cool heraldry, doing some cool colors. Run that for doing expos or pro fights or duels.
Yep.
Kind of build your own brand.
Yeah, I was saying that's honestly like I have a tablet that I got done by a friend of mine, Diane something or another that's out in California. I forget where in California. But she had made myself one and two of my other guys tabards, and I went with a green one, and on mine has a panda holding our old Doombringer logo skull. And then
Nice.
hence the nickname, the panda.
There you go. Yeah.
And then our guy whose nickname is Christmas, he has a Christmas tree with the Doombringer skull as the star. And then Zach, he's got his llama one, and when they were Order of Wrath, the mustache, a mustache on the llama as the dragon,
Nice.
because he goes a lot by the Dirty Llama, so we've got fun little ones like that, and we've started to kind of get an idea how to do our own tabard so we can eventually cut the price down for our team when we want to do
Yeah.
custom personalized ones. We can be like, okay, well, it's this much for this material, it's this, and this, and you can have your own personalized tabard. And we're actually doing a 60-day strike challenge right now, and one of the prizes for the top 3 people is a custom, I believe, is a custom tabard by Zach.
Nice.
So, yeah, We're on day, I think, 39.
Oh yeah.
So,
I've looked into doing making my own like tabards, quilted stuff, and like sewing machines are horses, man. Like it, if you show an ounce of fear to that sewing machine, it just goes bad for you. I haven't been able to figure one out, so I end up with all these crooked lines sewn in, and it just doesn't work.
that's
And I
why,
don't have the patience to hand stitch.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, no sewing machine. I'm just, if I need to stitch something, I'm sorry, I'm doing it by hand. Because then if I fuck up, I can just blame my hands for it and not a sewing machine.
Right, right.
But
Eventually, I'll learn it. One of those things. Just not at the top of my list right now.
yeah, and like we've got a couple people who are actually decent at sewing, so they're doing quite a bit of stuff for us on that portion of it. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things with Buhurt is the all encompassing, how all encompassing it is. It's like you get into Buhurt and it's like now you're into leatherworking, now you're into metalworking, now you're into sewing.
yeah,
Um,
and it's not the same people who are into every single one. You know, you have one or two guys who are into this, one or two people into that, and you know,
mhm.
you have a couple people who do repairs, where we have probably three or four people who know how to do repairs, and I'm one of them. I just don't really say that because depending on what it is, I hate it. So,
I feel that there's a pile of gauntlets in our gym for a reason.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Which I gotta talk to our guy who's getting into blacksmithing and making stuff because I want I want to see if he's able to replicate a pair of gauntlets that I have into 4130
Mm.
because like I so they are a prototype gauntlet. So back to Facebook, see if I can find a picture of these. And I want to say I actually talked to Nadler about it. Kiln, gauntlets, boxes, helmet, chainmail. Actually, I will tell you what size brig I bought. I got a 3X brig from him in 2017.
Nice.
February of 2017. Um, yes. So, picture, gauntlet, back to here. Image. Spelled that wrong, but I don't care. Open. Okay. And like a lot of people hate these gauntlets just because they don't open up fully.
Mm.
So, nope, that was you. So these gauntlets here.
Oh, the like the Milan style.
Yes, but they only open that much. Like they don't open up any further than that.
Yeah, Age of Craft sells one that's just like that.
But I think though theirs open up fully.
Do they?
I Who was it? Age of Craft?
Yeah, they might.
Uh, Age of Craft. Let me actually go and look. And like a lot of people hate these because I like them because um, it's harder to get a weapon out. Like if you try to rip it out of your hand, then leg. Hourglass mittens, blah blah blah. Break mittens. Finger. Scale fingers. Nope, brig. No. I don't see him here. I just
maybe they don't sell them anymore.
yeah, maybe they don't, but I want to say I think Ice Falcon sells something similar to these where they open up full extension open.
Okay.
But like these, they only go open so far where you have to let go with your hand to be able to let go of your weapon.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's why I like them. But a lot of people are like, oh, those gauntlets are crap. I don't like those. I don't like them because they don't fully open. It makes it harder for you to get rid of your weapon when you need to. And I'm like, it allows me to hold my weapon when I need to hold it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'll just put it in the main chat. I'd love these in some kind of tempered steel. Like, woo. I don't know if you've seen these or not.
Where did you post it?
The main Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The range of motion.
Okay. What are they made out of?
Mild or stainless. They're HPC, so it's one of those things, right?
Gotcha.
But I'd love to have somebody make a set of those in tempered. Yeah, you can get them in 1.6 mil stainless steel for $430.
1 point. Oh, I haven't shown you my new gauntlets. Da 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 da. Gauntlets. Da 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 da. I think I might be able to find it better over here. I think. Maybe. No. God. Because I had just gotten a pair of gauntlets from a buddy of mine out in the Reno, Nevada area. And just the size of these are just monstrous. There's going to be a lot of pictures I'm going to be scrolling through for a while, unfortunately. Nope, cut. Brig, helmet. Pictures need to load faster. Because, like, my new gauntlets are, like, the size of one of our female fighters' head.
Jeez.
And,
that's fantastic.
It is, I should probably just look at the pictures between me and the guy who sent them to me. So this isn't the one that the image that I'm talking about, but these are the gauntlets, and these are like what they're heavy as shit. I want to say they're like 7 pounds total.
Jeez, man.
So, those.
Good Lord. I love them.
Dude, they're so nice. But they are
7
so heavy.
pounds, man. Whew.
So from where the bell sits up and over the hand, 10 inches.
Good Lord. Yeah. Those are the Catch These Hands 3000, man.
Yeah.
Those things are gnarly.
And what's nice is he allowed me to kind of customize them a little bit. And what I mean by that is, where's the picture here? Open. Okay. I don't know why all these pictures like to load up so big. That'll work. So he allowed me to customize them where it fully encloses the tips of the fingers, and it has a fully encased thumb.
Oh, that's really nice.
So it was one of those things that was like, oh, that's something.
Yeah, those are real nice.
Yeah.
I'm my hot take that I'm working on. I'm debating heavily picking up a pair of finger gauntlets.
No.
Just for arming sword and shield. It's just like, give me the blade control. Let me use my actual thumb to maneuver it. And it's just like,
Yeah. So
is it worth the risk?
Funny enough, Schwartz has a pair of gauntlets that he enjoys very much so. I forget who they're from, but if he's still listening, he'll probably mention it here shortly. But all right, so both of the gauntlets, he weighed them 7 pounds 42 ounces, I think.
Jeez.
And then just one is 3 pounds 7.9 ounces.
Hefty.
Yeah, they weigh as much as they weigh more than a lot of our weapons. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say that probably weighs more than my entire arm harness.
It weighs more than my entire arm harness. But also, they are. They're also a lot thicker, too. Now I gotta go back in messages to see. Because I think it's like 1 point something. Package. Pictures done. Blah, blah, blah. Tempering. Blah, blah, blah. More blah, blah, blah.